Guys, because it's the off season for the Bulls anyway, I'll be putting out content from time to time on topics that I had wanted to talk about for a while now, but just didn't feel it was the right time in the middle of the season with everything else going on. And the off season is the perfect time to do that. So in today's video, I wanted to do something a little bit different, which doesn't focus on the Bulls team specifically, but it does relate to the Bulls and the Chicago Bulls TV announcers Amin and Stacey King. So what's going on, everyone? You were listening to Bulls Central here. Hope you're all doing well. Guys, real quick, huge shout out to Manscaped for sponsoring this video. Manscaped offers the best men's products for below the waist grooming, and they're actually going to be giving you an exclusive offer of 20% off your order plus free shipping when you use the code Bulls Central down below. Link to all of that is in the description if you're interested. Also, guys, don't forget, tomorrow is Wednesday, obviously, and every Wednesday I do Bulls hot takes videos, so feel free to leave your hot takes in the comments to be featured in tomorrow's video, where I will provide my reaction and thoughts to your hot take. Anyway, let's get into the topic. So for those who have been following the Chicago Bulls for a while now, you're probably very familiar with Neil Funk, who up until last season was the Bulls play-by-play announcer all the way back since the 90s Dynasty days, and he was actually with them for 29 seasons. So when it was announced that he was going to be retiring prior to the start of the 2019-20 season, and that this upcoming season would be his last, I honestly was pretty sad because I had, really grown up hearing the guy as the Bulls play-by-play announcer, and I felt that the dynamic between him and Stacey King, the Bulls color commentator, was never going to be matched. They just work so well together. Their classic lines, their chemistry with one another was just a perfect combination. I mean, we all knew it would be happening sooner or later. The guy was 74 years old, and you get to a point where you don't want to be working anymore, even if you love what you do. So when the Bulls announced that Amin would be replacing Neil Funk, I'll be honest, I was initially a bit skeptical, that he would actually be able to replace someone as iconic as Neil Funk, who we all remember calling Jordan's final shot. But more on Amin in a little bit, because I do also want to talk about Stacey King. Now, I'm sure most of you know, if you're a longtime Bulls fan, that Stacey King was a former Chicago Bull player from 1989 to 1994 and won 3 championships in that first three-peat as the Bulls' backup power forward and center, playing alongside, of course, guys like Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Now, Stacey King didn't become the Bulls' lead color commentator until 2008, but has been an instrumental part of the Bulls broadcast team with his iconic sayings like, "Give me the hot sauce, saucy, does anybody know how to post videos to Facebook?" and, of course, this.
Stop it! Stop it! Do not do him like that! What are you doing, Dragons? Did you not get the memo?
Now, guys, of course, this video is incredibly biased, coming from a Bulls fan who has been listening and watching to the Bulls for over 25 years now, but I feel like every time I'm forced to listen to another team's local broadcasters, whether it's because the Bulls network isn't working on League Pass or the game is blacked out due to certain restrictions, I cannot help but notice how these other broadcasters just do not come even close to the level of energy, insight, and analysis mixed with comedy and their overall dynamic that the Bulls announcers have. So, some of you already know this, but I currently live in the Bay Area, and the Warriors local announcers are just so basic, boring, and really lack the commentator voice, and just their general insight and analysis of the game is not up to par, at least from what I like to see from broadcasters. Now, I mentioned with Neil Funk, with him retiring and it was announced that Amin would be taking over for his role, I was a bit skeptical. You would think that, okay, who is this younger dude coming in who had previously had a background in college football? What is he going to know about basketball and the Chicago Bulls? Now, I knew Amin in his days at ESPN and always thought that, hey, this man has a perfect announcer's voice. But again, what does he know about the Bulls? Well, little did I know, but the guy was born and raised in Chicago and grew up as a Bulls fan, so it shows how much I know. But in any event, Amin came in and has just been absolutely killing it, not only with his just general basketball knowledge, in-game insight and analysis, but also the dynamic between him and Stacey King, I would say, is even better than what it was with Neil Funk. The guys joke together, they complement each other. I feel like there's actually more excitement in their broadcasting despite the Bulls kind of having an up and down year. I feel like, I got more hyped watching the Bulls this season purely from the hype that we hear from these guys. And guys, Amin is only 34 years old. Talk about a successful career that he's already already had for how young he is, and hopefully, like Neil Funk, he'll remain as the Bulls play-by-play announcer for a long time to come. And what I think differentiates Stacey King and Adam Amin from other local team broadcasters is that they are the best when it comes to providing in-game historical statistics and knowledge and tying it together with what is currently going on in the game. They clearly possess the skills and knowledge that is above and beyond what you hear from other broadcasters. If you ever have a chance to listen what other broadcasters speak to, I highly recommend it, just so you can see how well these guys compare to others around the league. And guys, no one matches the humor of these two. I know I'm biased, but the guys are hilarious together, and when they get laughing uncontrollably, I find myself laughing alongside them as well. Adam Amin has the perfect announcer and play-by-play voice. I love Neil Funk. His voice isn't as smooth and clear as Adam Amin's. And then you have Stacey King, who is the perfect color commentator with his one-liners, game insight and analysis, and of course his historical knowledge on the Bulls, given that he played for them so many years ago. And man, Dunkin' Donuts should be handing out these guys some bonuses, because I don't think I would have ever thought about Biggie Bagel, Cuppy Coffee, and Dunkin' Donut as much as I do after this season, with the humor at which these guys announce it for fans to go in and vote on a winner. Also, I don't listen to the Bulls radio broadcast as much as I used to, since I much prefer to watch the games on TV, but when I'm not able to watch the games, mainly when I'm driving, more so before the pandemic, I would always tune into the Bulls radio network. And again, completely unbiased, of course, Chuck Swirsky and Bill Wennington, yet another perfect pair with their dynamic duo, and Chuck Swirsky is the perfect quick play-by-play commentator that you have to be on the radio and recounting every single detail that is going on in the game, since of course the viewers aren't listening or are listeners and aren't actually watching the game itself. So anyway, the Bulls are really killing it in the media department. They have been able to hire solid pieces in that regard to make watching and listening to the Bulls fun and exciting, despite the team going through their struggles for a number of years. And I really appreciate their enthusiasm and humor in the way that they approach their jobs. Hopefully the organization itself can follow suit in hiring the right pieces to actually construct a contending team, which I believe they have with the new front office. Time will just have to tell on that one. But in any event, wanted to do a quick appreciation video for the Bulls announcers, specifically Adam Amin and Stacey King, and also Neil Funk, for making watching the Bulls a pastime for all of us Bulls fans. I know this video likely won't get a ton of traffic since it's not talking about the team specifically, but I wanted to make a video like this for a while now, ever since the network brought in Adam Amin. And believe it or not, I had a few subscribers who actually requested a video like this, and I generally try to come out with videos based on suggestions from my subscribers. And of course, I'm always open to video suggestions, ideas throughout this off season. I already have a lot in the works, so keep the suggestions coming. I'll be out with my hot takes video tomorrow, so feel free to leave your hot takes in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe if you're a Bulls fan, as I do post daily Bulls content. Thanks again as always, guys, for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one.